Damar Hamlin made the tackle. He stood up, fixed his helmet,
And then look, he just
and then he
collapsed.
Within seconds,
Like, I'd actually be
medical staff
scared.
stormed the field.
All right, so he died during an NFL game. Let's see what this is about.
I died on national TV in front of the whole world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Standing up after you make that tackle.
That's something I don't really want to get too deep into.
It was Monday.
My question is, if you were at the game while this was happening, like imagine how crazy that was. Like just staying there and then there's
The Buffalo Bills.
just seeing a man collapse and die right in front of your face during a football game.
Bengals in Cincinnati.
It's crazy.
Who had won 7 straight. 2 of the best quarterbacks in football were facing each other for the first time. Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow.
I don't think I was watching the game during this time, but I just remember on the news, like it was like popping off on the news, like it was everywhere. All news broadcasters were talking about, oh, Damar Hamlin has collapsed. He's in a coma right now. I could be wrong, but I heard a lot of stuff like that. But it was crazy.
The winner of this game gets 1 step closer to the #1 seed. But this game was never gonna have a winner. It was gonna force the NFL to change its rules. And for the first time in history, a player would die on an NFL field.
Yeah.
And come back to play on one. The Bengals started hot. Burrow threw a bullet, and the stadium went crazy.
I wonder what minute it happened in.
The Bills struggled to answer.
But you know what's even more crazy? His mom was in attendance. So imagine you were playing a football game and your mom sees you collapse. Like, knowing my mom, I know she wouldn't be able to survive that. Oh.
And they had to settle for
I wouldn't
a
want
field
that.
goal.
I wouldn't want
The
any
Bengals had
parent
the
to
ball
experience that.
And Burrow found his receiver T. Higgins. Damar Hamlin made the tackle. He stood up, fixed his helmet,
And then look, he just
and then he
collapsed.
collapsed. Within seconds,
Like, I'd actually
medical
be
staff
scared.
stormed the field.
Look at his
Players
body.
took a
He's
knee,
actually like,
and the stadium that was erupting minutes ago went dead quiet.
Like the world stopped. You could damn near hear a pin drop in the stadium. I'm sorry, this might be a little graphic, but it was like some blood coming from his mouth.
But the scariest part wasn't
As
the
a
blood.
as a football player
Damar
playing
wasn't
against him,
moving because his heart
like
had stopped.
I just feel
beating.
guilty.
The trainers on that field weren't
Like
treating him.
whoever tackled him,
They
I
were
feel
fighting
guilty.
to bring him back
Like-
to life.
Our teammates kind of rallied around him and got into a circle. It was more so to try to protect him so people couldn't see. But the fact that the people that could see really saw. You saw him low-key go, come back, go, come back.
An ambulance drove
He kept coming
onto
back
the
from to
field,
life.
and while
He
the
kept
world
dying.
watched in silence,
That's crazy. He died. Like his heart stopped beating.
While everybody's on the field,
Yeah, his mother.
I turn around and I see at the base of the wall a woman wearing a blue #3 Bills jersey. She's
Yeah,
trying to
that's
get
his
our
mom.
attention, my attention, anybody's attention. And I kind of walk over there and she says, "That's my son. I want to get on the field with my son." We could all kind of just think about what that would have been like for any of us and her.
We were in Pittsburgh watching it
Yeah.
on TV, and his little brother was there with us. And when he seen his brother drop
It's
like
just a
that,
family, man.
and I tell you, I never seen him cry or scream like that. Like we were trying to calm him down, like, yo, it's okay, you know, he'll gonna get back up, he'll be back in the game, you know, woo.
They just kept staying
10
down.
minutes later, they're doing chest compressions, and I'm like, yo, what's going on? What's wrong with my nephew? Man, we were all in tears.
I'd actually be scared. Imagine if you have a sibling. Okay, maybe like, you know, sometimes you always fight with your siblings and stuff. But like, imagine your sibling is playing a game. You're watching him on TV or her on TV, and you just see them collapse. You wait for 20 minutes. They still don't get back up, and then you see ambulances just surrounding them. Like that 20 minutes of just watching on the TV, like you can't do anything. Like being their family, you can't do anything. Like you just have to watch. Like that must be the most stressful and most scariest
Man,
moments. Like
I'm not a crier
ever.
but like I never cried so hard in my life, man.
the game that was supposed to mean
Yeah.
everything meant nothing. 30 minutes after the incident, the ambulance drove off with Damar and his parents. The coaches met at midfield, and Bills head coach Sean McDermott pulled his team to the locker room. An hour later, the game was postponed, but it would never be finished.
Nobody wanted to continue to play the game in a situation.
I just wonder
like
what
that.
the fans seen. Like how did it feel as a fan?
Damar made it to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, 4 miles from the stadium. The trauma team was already waiting for him.
And then they resuscitated him a second time when he got to the hospital. So if not for them, my nephew probably wouldn't even be here.
The entire world was
Wow.
waiting for updates. Everybody was refreshing their Twitter, hoping for some news. At 1:48 in the morning, the Bills released a statement. Damar suffered a cardiac arrest and was in critical condition. It was strange.
Cardiac
How could
arrest.
this happen to a 24-year-old
He was healthy.
professional athlete?
Did he have any heart condition or any health issues?
Healthy as a ox. This is a surprise to everybody. We all seen the hit. It wasn't that big of a hit.
But nobody understood. It wasn't.
You see, if I were number 85, whoever trucked him, if something actually did happen to DeMar Hamlin after this, like, oh, I don't know if I'd be able to play football after that. Like, it just stick to me, and like the trauma of like everybody talking about you. Oh, that player, that's the one that trucked DeMar Hamlin. Be careful. That's the guy that trucked DeMar Hamlin. I would have felt bad, but the good thing, he became okay.
It was the timing of it. I had to go deep into the medical books
why is bro
to
saying
figure
like
it
that?
all out. And that was all possible because of today's sponsor, Ultra. Making these videos is very time.
Dang ads.
Focus, and it's simple. Locked in at work and try then first order.
And bills alike have actually just
Added in front of the offer up to 50% off your first order. Football fans gathered in front of the hospital to support DeMar.
Bengals and Bills alike have actually just formed a circle right now. They are praying. We've got a Bills fan in the middle kneeling right now. All of this, of course, for DeMar Hamlin. Fans on both sides saying it doesn't matter what team you root for tonight.
The world wanted to help, but didn't know how. Until they discovered a GoFundMe from 2020. DeMar was collecting Christmas toys for kids in his neighborhood. The goal was $2,500. Overnight, it passed $3 million.
His mom, to be able to share that with him is,
Wow.
it's incredible.
Days passed without any updates. Then on day 3, the doctors finally faced the cameras.
I hope you guys realize that this like whole entire week of this incident was like the most depressing like week of football history. Like everybody was talking about it. Like games, like after he got trucked, the rest of the game didn't happen. It was like the beginning of the game too. Like nobody wanted to play.
We would like
Absolutely
to
nobody.
share that there has been substantial improvement in his condition over the past 24 hours, and it appears that his neurological condition and function is intact.
DeMar was waking up, but he couldn't speak. A machine was breathing for him through a tube that ran
crazy.
down his throat.
Yeah, I wasn't speaking yet. So I wrote it out and I asked, did we win? That competitive nature in me was.
He asked, "Did we win?" He woke up from a coma and asked, "Did we win?" Like that's just crazy. Oh my goodness! Like he can't speak. He can only write, and he says, "Did we win?" That just shows the competitiveness that he has in his head. That just shows how much he has love for the game. Like that's crazy.
Just thinking about the game, and I just wanted to know, like, did we win? Like I said.
What did they tell you?
Yes, DeMar, you won. You've won the game of life.
Yes, I won. I won the game of life.
Probably the best quote in like NFL history. Yes, you've won the game of life. Tuh. If I were given that quote, like that's just deep. That's actually just straight deepness. You've won the game of life.
But how this happened to a football player, nobody understood yet.
We do not have definitive answers as to the etiology of the arrest at this time.
How did doctors describe what happened to you?
That's something I want to stay away from. I'm still trying to process all the emotions and the trauma that comes from, dealing with a situation like that.
That week, millions of people Googled the same name. And they
Yeah, his
got
Google
introduced to a
search
kid who had
skyrocketed.
been fighting his whole life. A 6th-round pick out of Pitt, raised in McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania. He lost 3 of his closest friends to gun violence. His father sold drugs to keep the family fed, which cost him 3.5 years in prison. DeMar wasn't new
That's
to
crazy.
adversity, and he was gonna
He grew up
overcome
rough.
it. But the road back was long. 4 days after his heart stopped, the breathing tube came out. He could breathe on his own and finally speak. And the first call he made was to his team, saying, "I love you, boys." 2 days later, that
Wow.
team was back on the field. Week 18, a home game against the Patriots.
Today we celebrate DeMar's recovery, our love for DeMar, and our gratitude.
Just for that,
It was a weird situation.
just for that, I gotta clap it up. Top 10 respect moments in football history. I'm not
Everyone
even
was
joking.
thinking about DeMar. And at the same time, the #1 seed was gone because the NFL had made history. For the first time ever, a game was canceled. The Bills-Bengals
That was the first
game
time
was
ever.
erased, with no winner or loser. Both teams would only play 16 games that season, while everyone else played 17. So the NFL had to invent rules that never existed.
That's
Rule
crazy.
number 1. If the Bills and Bengals met for the AFC Championship, there would be no home field advantage. The game will be played in Atlanta. Rule number 2. If the Bengals and Ravens met in the wild card round, home field could be decided by a coin flip. The playoff picture was chaos, and this Patriots game was right in the middle of it. DeMar was watching from his hospital bed, and with the first snap of the game, the Bills honored him.
And down the sideline he goes. This is
Hey, DeMar Hamlin is on that field when this happened. They were doing it for him. That's crazy.
The Bills beat the Patriots, and Tre'Davious White took a moment to share an interaction with DeMar.
What he said was, I'm thinking about y'all. I'm sorry that I did that to y'all. And for him to check on us when he's the person that's going through what he's going through, man, it just shows what type of person he is for him to check on us.
That just shows he doesn't care about himself. He cares about the people around him.
Discharged from the Cincinnati hospital and flown home to Buffalo. But one question still hasn't been answered. What exactly happened to DeMar? It seemed like a regular tackle on T. Higgins, but ESPN's Bart Scott had a different opinion.
Right before the tackle, he lowers his helmet and he kind of throws his body so he's able to get into you and your chest is exposed.
The truth had nothing to do with T. Higgins. In April, 3 months after his heart stopped, DeMar walked back into the Bills facility, and for the first time, he explained it.
The diagnosis of pretty much what happened to me was basically commotio cordis. It's a direct blow at a specific point in your heartbeat that causes cardiac arrest.
Yo.
And 5 to 7 seconds later, you fall out. And that's pretty much what everyone's seen January 2nd of this year. Commotio cordis is the leading cause of death in youth athletes across all sports. So that's something that I personally will be taking a step in to make a change.
But that press conference wasn't just an
I didn't even know that myself.
It was an announcement.
This event was life-changing, but it's not the end of my story. So I'm here to announce that I plan on making a comeback to the NFL. I've been beating statistics my whole life, you know, and some people might say that coming back to play might not be the best option, but that's their opinion. And like I said, I've been beating statistics my whole life, so I like my chances here.
4 months.
So what this guy's basically saying is he got hit at such a specific point in his chest that it stopped the heartbeat in his heart. There was nothing wrong with him. Oh my! And it's the leading cause of death in youth sports.
DeMar was
I need to be careful when I play.
Again.
I don't want to scare my family.
Unless you understand what happened in that hospital.
One doctor walked in my room. His name was Yusuf. He told me that he had the same thing that happened to him 9 months ago. He just walked in my room and just showed me that this is what it looks like on the other side of the tunnel, and you're going to be able to resume normal life. It happened to him playing basketball at the gym. He was like, he's back to playing basketball. That was like
it happens to regular people.
Moment for me. It just kind of gave me faith and gave me hope.
Yusuf proved there was a future, but one man was the reason DeMar was still alive at all. Denny Kellington, the assistant athletic trainer whose hands restarted his heart.
I owe Denny my life, literally.
The reason anyone knows Denny Kellington is because of one fateful and near tragic moment on a football field. I've said repeatedly that I am not a hero, but I will tell you what I was that day. I was ready.
6 months after his heart stopped,
NFL did great.
Walked on to the ESPYs.
Everybody that was on that field that day saved a man's life.
Please welcome this year's recipient of the Pat Tillman Award for Service, the training staff of the Buffalo Bills.
Why do you think your recovery is so remarkable?
First and foremost, just God, just a blessing, you know. It was God's way of just using me and uniting the whole world in prayer.
To the world, the story was complete and a life was saved. But DeMar wasn't done. His goal was to play football again. So the next season, number 3 returned to the field.
Lawrence on the move, launching down the middle, intercepted.
Yeah, it only took him 1 season to return.
The man and DeMar Hamlin, a huge roar as one of the most popular, inspiring Bills comes up with.
Do you guys think that since he had a cardiac arrest, people are more like easy on him, or like do you think he's still receiving the same treatment? I feel like if I were an opposing player and then like hearing his story and how important or like how critical it was to the NFL world, like I'd be scared to make a tackle on him. I don't know if that's just me, but like I wonder if that's how it is for other players who go against him.
My heart is still in it, you know, my heart is still in the game. I just want to show people that fear is a choice.
Then came the playoffs. Buffalo against the MVP, Lamar Jackson, and the player who almost died on the field 2 years ago made the biggest play of the game.
No way, he got the fumble?
Chasing after him. Hill tries to swipe the ball out of his hands, but Miller holds on.
Sudden cardiac arrest was nothing I would have ever chosen to be a part of my story. But
Man,
that's because sometimes
he got
our
the
own
tackle
visions
in.
are too small, even when we think we are seeing the bigger picture. My vision was about playing in the NFL and being the best player that I could be. But God's plan was to have a purpose greater than any game in this world.
Please subscribe if you want more of these stories.
Oh man, I didn't even know most of that. I just heard about Damar Hamlin and his cardiac arrest and stuff. I didn't really know the backstory of like how it happened and stuff. But other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching until the end of the video. Hope you guys like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. We're on a road to 20,000 subscribers. Make sure to comment what you guys want me to react to next. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you. Noah's World out.